Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In the year 2015, the Harlem Globetrotters basketball team turned 89 years old. And earlier in the year, famous Globetrotter Marques Haynes died at the age of 89. This past Sunday, December 27th, Meadowlark Lemon, veteran of the Globetrotters, also passed away. And with regards to the number 89, it is an important number to the team. If you're not aware, the theme song of the Harlem Globetrotters is Sweet Georgia Brown. Sweet Georgia Brown, famous tune, I'm sure most of you know. If you've never heard it before, look it up. You will recognize it in an instant. This was the theme song for the Harlem Globetrotters. And again, the Harlem Globetrotters are 89 years old this year. Notice that Sweet Georgia Brown and Harlem Globetrotters have a gematria of 89, like the age Marques Haynes passed away at earlier this year when the Globetrotters turned 89. As I routinely talk about, there are numbers that are coded on black Americans again and again, and one of those numbers is 59. Notice that Globetrotters, a black basketball team, has name gematria 59. In this video, we're going to talk about the death of Meadowlark Lemon. Lemon is a word with 59 gematria, just like Negro, just like slave, just like blues. Think about Motown records that came out in the year 59. The connection between Globetrotters and Motown records is that they are both controlled by Jews. It was a Jewish man that created the Harlem Globetrotters. He passed away in the year 65. We'll talk more about his death. Let's go ahead and look at all that's curious about the death of Meadowlark Lemon. We'll also look at what was curious about the earlier death of Mr. Haynes, who died May 22nd earlier this year. Marques Haynes passed away at 89 on May 22nd. The Sunday that Meadowlark Lemon died on, two other professional athletes were reported dead on that day. Famous baseball player Dave Henderson, he died at age 57, 57 days after the World Series, when World Series itself has a gematria of 57. Dave Henderson died on the same day as Meadowlark Lemon. The other person to die was El Salvadorian soccer player Alfredo Pacheco. So 3 professional athletes died on the same day that Meadowlark Lemon died. Show you what's special about that day in numerology. The day that he died on had a numerology of 74. 74 is a number often found around sacrifice. Words such as Jesus and cross equals 74. The date Lemon died on was also a date with 54 numerology. What's interesting is he joined the Harlem Globetrotters in the year 54 at the age of 22. He was 22 when he joined the team in 54. The word basketball has gematria of 22. Meadowlark Lemon was born April 25th, 1932, a date with 80 numerology. The word 80 in gematria has a connection to 74, like the date he died on. He was also born with a life lesson number of 44. Unfortunately for him, 44 is a number often found around sacrifice. Malcolm X died on a date with a life lesson number of 44. His assassin had a name gematria of 44. His assassin got 44 years in prison. Martin Luther King Jr. died on 4/4, April 4th. Throughout history, many men have died on dates with 44 numerology. He was born on a date with a numerology of 26 as well. The Globetrotters were established in the year 26, 89 years before 2015. His birth also has numerology of 61. 61 is the god number in Jewish gematria. The name Meadow equals 61 for Meadowlark. The cause of death was not given. Dave Henderson, who died on the same day, died from a massive heart attack. Alfredo died from gunshots. And Truth be told, I'm pretty sure that all three of these men were sacrificed. Meadowlark Lemon being fortunate that he got to live to be the age of 83, an age where people often pass away naturally in what most people will think who read this story. But I really think that this was another sacrifice by the numbers. The Zionist Jews who control the entertainment industries from sports to music often sacrifice their entertainers by the numbers. So Meadowlark Lemon was a member of the team for 22 years. He was the ringmaster of the team. Notice the word master has a gematria of 22. In numerology, 22 is the master builder number. Basketball itself has a gematria of 22. The powers that be who practice numerology love their multiples of 11 and numbers that have 11 numerology. With regards to 31, another gematria for master in basketball, 31 is the 11th prime number. Meadowlark Lemon died at age 83. Think about how 8 plus 3 has a numerology of 11. They called him the Clown Prince. Clown has that gematria of 22 as well. In the article, it talks about how Lemon was a part of the Globetrotters team that lost after having 2,495 consecutive wins. They lost on January 5th, 1971. What's interesting about that date is it has numerology of 96, like the word Freemason. As for Meadowlark Lemon's death, it came 96 days after September 23rd, a date of much significance this past year, a date that many things have been measured by. That could be coincidence, or it could be part of what factored in to him dying December 27th. In the article about his death, it talks about Saperstein, the Jewish man who founded the Harlem Globetrotters, how after he died in 65, things started to shake up with the team. I'd like to show you what's interesting about the name Saperstein. It has gematria of 45, 54, and 63. Remember, Meadowlark Lemon joined the team in 54. The name Meadowlark Lemon in Pythagorean gematria sums to 63. Saperstein, the founder of the team, the man who gave Meadowlark Lemon a job with the team. Saperstein himself died at age 63. Connected to his name, also connected to the name Meadowlark Lemon, one of the greatest stars of the Harlem Globetrotters. Notice that Saperstein was born in history on July 4th, 7-4. Remember how we talked about 74 has to do with sacrifice? He died on March 15th, which is the 74th day of the year. Born on 7-4, died on the 74th day of the year. Meadowlark Lemon dying on a date with 74 numerology. Again, earlier in the year, Marques Haynes died at age 89, the number of very much significance to the team. I also want to point out that I routinely talk about how the numbers 42 and 59 are coded on Black Americans again and again. If there was a third and a fourth number that I was going to talk about that got coded on Black Americans, it would be 89 and 93. Talk a lot about how 89 shows up around black tragedy as well. Think about the recent Michael Brown shooting on August 9th, 8-9. If you've seen the movie Crew Love, all of these numbers are coded on the characters of the movie, 42, 59, and 89. At the end, the main character dies. He dies on a date with 89 numerology. The way they spell the word crew, like this in the movie Crew Love, has a numerology of 42. And remember, the number 42 represents the hateful word for black Americans, nigger. Again, the Zionist Jews, they control the recording industry. They control Hollywood. They control the sports leagues. Undeniable. Here's Marques Haynes, died on May 22nd, which is the 142nd day of the year. The 142nd day. And when you write out the word 42, it sums to 142. President Obama is the first black president. The title President Obama sums to 142, and not by mistake, because Barack Hussein Obama is not his birth name. It's a name with gematria of 64. Just show you all this real quick. Remember, Civil Rights Act happened in 64. Civil rights equals 64. Obama was elected the 44th president 44 years after the Civil Rights Act, 44 being the kill number. And that title, President Obama, having the gematria of 142, just like 42 when you write it out. Notice the date Marques Haynes died on. No, not only the 142nd day of the year, it was also a date with 42 numerology this year. These numbers that show up again and again. These are all occult sacrifices, Truth Seeker, and that's why I do these videos. I want people to wake up to what is really going on in this world and see how these things that people support with their dollars are ultimately dollars that filter up to very sick people. People who murder the people who make money for them by the numbers. It's no coincidence that Marques Haynes died on May 22nd at the age of 89 in the 89th year of the Harlem Globetrotters' existence. These are also not coincidences. Here's another man who died on the same day as Meadowlark Lemon. Alfredo Pacheco of the El Salvador soccer team died at the age of 33. 33, a number of sacrifice. Think about how Jesus was crucified on the cross at age 33. Jesus, cross, Messiah, gospel, special numbers, numbers of significance, numbers important to this nation, which has a July 4th birthday. The word Jewish also has gematria of 74, as does Masonic. Anyhow, Alfredo Pacheco, at the age of 33, dies on this same date with 74 numerology, and his name in gematria also sums to 33, Pacheco. His full name sums to 67, so does the word blood sacrifice. And then again, on this same day, Dave Henderson dies at age 57, 57 days after the World Series, when World Series has gematria of 57. The name Henderson itself also has gematria of 57. You know? Just days before that, the vocalist for Gladys Knight's backup group, the Pips, died at age 74. No coincidence here. Gladys Knight in gematria sums to 137, which is the 33rd prime number. Pips has gematria of 33. I make this video on the day that Natalie Cole dies at age 65, when her father, Nat King Cole, died in the year 65. She was 15 years old when her father died. She died on the last day of 2015. Emphasis on 15. This is going on all the time. Sacrificing celebrities, active, retired, by the numbers. And yes, Truth Seeker, making these videos, it does wear on me. You know, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. And honestly, I don't like doing this decoding. I just know that what I figured out is important, and it's knowledge that has not reached the masses. It's knowledge that so desperately needs to get out, so that these people can stop being murdered by the numbers. With regards to the recording industry, in the year 1983, the band The Police put out the song Murdering by the Numbers on the album Synchronicity. Look up the lyrics to that song. Check out my other videos. You will come to understand this is a long, ongoing process that needs to be stopped. Until next time, Truth Seeker.